It's almost like as if it was yesterday we were talking about Pokemon Go updates. Oh wait, that's right, we were. Welcome back everybody to another Pokemon Go update video. I'm sorry for spamming you with these kinds of videos, but there's just been so much dropping in regards to Pokemon Go, but I will have hopefully a second channel video for you guys up as well today. I'm thinking some more tabs just because you guys seem to really enjoy the first one and I really enjoyed playing it. But today we've got a huge data mine leak from the people over at the Silph Road and a bunch of other random people who've data mined the latest update that's come out and wow. I feel like we should start with the small stuff. No, we'll start with the big stuff. I'll link you guys the full report down in the description, but let's just get right into it. First off, sound files for the next 100 Pokemon. That's right, Generation 2 is 100 Pokemon. They have been found, all the cries for the Pokemon in the game. So for the people out there who don't know what a cry is, that is a cry. It's the, like, you know, noise it makes whenever you tap on the Pokemon or find it out in the wild. And from what I've seen, there isn't any special ones. If you guys know in the current game, if you have Pikachu, he actually says Pikachu. He doesn't actually have a cry like Raichu. Like, that just sounds weird. He is the full Pikachu. So yeah, there's none of that. I don't think there's no like, Togepi. I don't know, maybe there might be. What was that? But yeah, there isn't actually any examples of it or any, you know, special notes about it. So I'm gonna assume that they're all just gonna be cries like the rest of the Pokemon. And just like the Silph Road suggests, this is a major indicator that Gen 2 is just around the corner. And I'm gonna get into an interesting theory of how a couple of Reddit users think it's gonna go down. And I actually, you know, want to buy into this idea as well. So hold up on that for a second. So second up, we have Pokemon genders. That's right, male and female Pokemon like the original games. And this is gonna be interesting. You guys know this was introduced with Generation 2 of Pokemon. That's when they introduced genders and breeding. So, could be some hints at some breeding with the Generation 2 update. Really interesting, and something that's really cool is that it could already be attributed behind the scenes to current Pokemon that we already have. So you could wake up and you can find out you have a male Chansey and a female Chansey. Don't tell me Chansey is one of those Pokemon that can only be one breed. So yeah, something to look forward to. Gender's gonna be interesting. And here's another awesome, and I can't wait. This is like one of those low-key, just, I love this, and I just can't wait. It should have been out since the start of the game. Shiny Pokemon variants. Now, this is just so good. So even more code has been added to enable shiny Pokemon. Now, if you guys remember, there was a data mine a couple weeks ago when Ditto wasn't out and there was like new shiny data added in then. Well, apparently they've built upon that as well. And as it says here, it's abundantly clear that shinies are an intended mechanic for Pokemon Go when it comes out. So apparently there's nothing there to actually activate the code right now. So from that last data mine, we found out that there was this existing special announcement sound file. And I think that might be that little, you know, shimmer of stars that happens when you first encounter a shiny Pokemon. And then they've got the ability for them to have a different 3D model, which of course is just the texture of a different Pokemon. So pretty interesting. Hopefully it comes out soon. Next up, avatar customization. So finally, avatar customization is being expanded. Nothing is visible in the game currently, but under the surface, functionality has been added that will allow travelers to customize their avatars in the following categories. This is awesome. It's another one of those low-key awesome features that I can't wait for. So you can customize hair, shirt, pants, hat, tie, shoes. Did I say tie? Shoes, eyes, okay, backpack, and then there's code for both in-app purchasables and unlockable avatar items in reference. We believe both may be a possibility very soon, and avatar customization have the following attributes. New, sale, purchasable, unlockable. Oh, boys. We thought Pokemon Go made money before. Oh, they gonna be making more. Yeah, and I actually really like this whole unlockable thing. I have the feeling they might have like a special avatar one for like maybe people who have level 40 or people level 30 or, you know, one for people who have caught them all. I think that could be a really cool one. Or maybe caught all the regional Pokemon or caught a certain amount of regional Pokemon. That could be really cool. Maybe like, yeah, World Explorer, like, I don't know, you have a cap and it has a globe on it or something. If that happens, I want money. Okay, and here's another one that would suggest further into the whole breeding thing, and that is a new position for your buddy Pokemon. So you guys may know currently you'll have buddy Pokemon. Sometimes they'll fly next to you, sometimes they'll be on the ground next to you, sometimes they'll be on your shoulder. There's a couple Pokemon like that, Eevee, Spearow, Pikachu when you walk 10Ks, a bunch of other random things. And now there's a new position called baby. So apparently there is no other code referencing babies or breeding found in this. So this could potentially mean baby Pokemon, you know, the ones introduced in Generation 2 are maybe held in your... you probably don't hold them, but maybe it's just like a new position for certain baby Pokemon. Maybe you have to hold them in an egg. I don't know. Interesting. I mean, you probably wouldn't hold them in an egg. It would probably go in the egg. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. So new sponsor placeholders, really nothing crazy, just a bunch of sponsors, whatever. Sightings and nearby tweaks. So tweaks are made to sightings and nearby systems. It appears these mainly focus on the ability to load Pokestop images without freezing gameplay. So that's cool, I guess. And they had to preface this one with not kidding. This is actually a really interesting one, and it's Pokemon costumes. So a whole slew of code has been introduced to enable Pokemon to have costumes. And not only that, but it appears to have been built in a way that would be enabling different types of costumes. The first type we are seeing is holiday, and the costume appears to have their own collision physics as well. They will be an exciting feature for a potential holiday promotion. So I'm imagining, if you guys know on X and Y, they had like Pikachu with costumes and whatnot. Like I'm imagining like holiday, probably like Pikachu wearing a Santa costume or Snorlax wearing a Santa hat. I don't know. Interesting kind of stuff. Can't really knock it. Seems pretty fun, why not? And has the option for the game to sell out even more. And then they go on to say what is not in the code, so no new moves. And this is a big thing because Generation 2 introduced a lot of moves into the game and they are not currently found in the code. When we had Ditto added to the game, just before it we found Transform added to the game, which was his key signature move, and that's when we thought, oh, maybe he's not far away. A couple weeks down the road, they launched it for Thanksgiving, and they're thinking the same thing with this. There's no moves yet added, so Generation 2 probably not going to be added like on the 12th. We don't think that's going to be happening. And I'm going to get to what we think might be happening on the 12th very soon. Also, what they've gone ahead and done is remove the actual sprites from the game assets, so now it's all server-side based, and it's going to be interesting because, yeah, that's like their whole tipping off point on whether or not they're going to find out when it's really close, because we won't know because there'll be a server-sent request and you won't have to update for it. So that'll be interesting. It'll come when it comes. So a bunch of extra random things that I found that were pretty cool. Here is a giant Dratini. Amazing, right? That's just a bug. So there's a couple other things for people who have the update right now that I want to show you as well. Just some small minor things. We've got a new power-up animation for when you chuck in your Stardust and candies. Another small thing, you can see the scroll bar has changed for the Pokedex, and I believe would probably be for your party as well. Small change. I don't even know why I covered that. That's literally the most minuscule thing ever. And when you mass transfer Pokemon, the candies show up on the top right. I don't even know if that's worth anything. So yeah, a lot of interesting things happening around in the Pokemon Go space. A couple other things I want to touch on. A couple of people have pointed out in the subreddit for the Sylph Road. They've taken attention to detail on the date that details will be released on the 12th of this month. And if you guys think about it, the 12th of this month is when the 12 days of Christmas start. You know, the first day of Christmas, second day, all that kind of stuff. So maybe they're planning some kind of holiday event, and it was pretty interesting. And I really liked what this Reddit users put down here. So you got the 12 days of Christmas event. This is all speculation, featuring legendaries, which makes sense. You know, you get the couple of legendary birds in there. And then for the New Year's event, you call it the Mew Year's event. I think that is really cool. And then maybe on New Year's Day, you get Mewtwo. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of interesting. But imagine like Times Square with its New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, and then they drop the Mewtwo in the middle as well, just for bands. Like that would be pretty insane. And yeah, I don't know. I think that does coincide really well. And they've talked about how at the end of the 12 days of Christmas or the end of the year. And then I like this whole, you know, kind of thing. You got the 12 days of Christmas event. That's where you're going to have your costumes, your legendaries, your Starbucks Frappuccinos, and then you're gonna go to New Year's. It's gonna be Mew. Maybe you can only catch Mew on New Year's Day. I don't know. And then for New Year's Day, bang, release Gen 2. You hit the straight New Year. Generation 2 comes out. Everyone's happy. Everyone's in the Northern Hemisphere hunting in the snow. But yeah, no, I just think it'll be really interesting with all that going down. I think that's a good plan. It would keep everybody happy. Hopefully, legendaries are enough content to hold up until Generation 2. And then we hit the ground running. And I saw a lot of people on the subreddit talking about like, oh, which Pokemon will be the hardest one to get in this next update, and they're saying Porygon 2 and Blissey, because obviously you need to evolve those guys up with the candies, and they're kind of hard to get at the moment. You guys may remember I have found quite a few Chanseys in my day, 4 of them from 10-kilometer eggs. I have... That's his cry. I don't know if you guys can see that. I probably should put this on the screen. I have 92 Chansey candies. We're gonna be lit. However, Porygon, I have 6. That's gonna be a road. Serious road. So yeah, that leaves me with you guys. What do you guys think about this whole data mine leak? You guys excited for legendaries, Generation 2, shinies, all 3 of these awesome features? We got costumes, we got everything. So it's gonna be really exciting, and I hope you guys are excited as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know with a like rating down below. And 12th of the 12th, let's see what happens. All right, so I was just about to head off for bed, but before I do, we got a tweet from Pokemon Go with a new post. It's the Starbucks thing, and don't worry guys, they're not selling legendaries for Frappuccinos. They're just getting Pokestops and made a special drink that I doubt anyone will buy. But hey, might come with a Mew.